Have stopped, we are seeing the deferral schedule. So how we can accrual, how we can do the accrual with the help of deferral schedule. So advantage of this particular deferral schedule is you can post each individual month when it appear. Like for example, now if you have the future accrual, so which will be already in staging, so you can post when that particular month we are in. Like for example, we have a let me show you. So for example, if I'm going to the subscription billing, all deferral schedule. Okay, so yesterday we have created this one 17,85,210. So this is the amount which we have created for deferral schedule through AP invoice. So at here, if you see, for each individual month, it's created the equal amount basis. Okay, so at here already for December month we have already posted the accrual entry, and if you want to post for January month you can post for January month, and for example currently if you are in February, so you can post for February month. Okay, so for each month, whenever you receive the uh, whenever you want to make the payment, so you can make the accrual entry with the help of deferral schedule. Okay, and if you see the accrual scheme, it will post for whole year at one shot, so which is incorrect, and due to audit reason also it not suitable for the business. Okay, so either we need to follow either periodic journal, that is one, as per accounting standards, and second thing is either we can follow the deferral schedule. Okay, so let me create one more deferral schedule from the GL so that you can understand the process. Then we will see the then we will move to the we have a couple of other process also. Let's see those two, and uh, two more process which I will demonstrate at the end of the all the modules. That is the closing. Okay, so first let me create one more deferral schedule. For that I will go to the journal ledger module. So this time I'm creating from the GL. Okay, so I will go to the journal ledger module, journal. Okay, so at here I am clicking on new to generate the new deferral journal. So instead of so at here this particular journal is nothing but I am creating the basic journal entry. Based on that my deferral will be scheduled. Okay, so I'll click on lines. Okay, so at here I am selecting, either I can select the ledger account or I can select the respective transaction. Like for example I am making from with the help of vendor, so at here I will select the vendor account. Okay, so once I select the vendor account I can give the description, and I will give the amount. Let's imagine I am giving some random amount. Okay, so ledger allocation, so sorry, offset account I am giving as prepaid insurance. Okay, so after giving this all information I need to click on deferrals. So once I click on deferral I need to make it as yes. Okay, and now you can see I have prepaid insurance. My recognition account is not mapped, so this is I need to map manually. Like for example right here in recognition account I will select the insurance expenses. Okay, and I can map the dimensions if required. Okay, the same dimension sets you can map in recognition account. So what will happen, once you are booking the transaction it will post to the prepaid insurance account, and when you do the recognition from prepaid insurance account it will move to the actual expense account. Okay, so once you have defined this recognition account number, then in next tab we have a schedule. So schedule you will select by default straight line, and consolidated prior period. If you want to consolidate prior period, yes or no, you will mention yes or no. In our last scenario we didn't check this checkbox consolidated prior period. Okay, now we are making as yes. Okay, equal amount per period, that you will make it as yes. Schedule from template, make it as yes, and you have to select the template. Like for example, we have created M12 as deferral, okay, which is nothing but 12 months deferral schedule, and you will give the start date. Let's imagine I am giving the start date as 10th of December. Okay, and you can see the deferral end date by default it's populating based on the template. Okay, and to preview the amounts for each individual month you can click on preview. Okay, now you can see from 10th to from 10th December to 31st January, so this is the amount. Okay, and February month this is the amount. Okay, and again you can see for December 1st to December 9th this is the amount. So how it is calculated? It is calculated based on days and month. So when we uh, enable the toggle button consolidated prior period, so you can see for first period it's taking from 10th December to 31st Jan. So it is nothing but it is consolidated those 21 days plus 1 month. Okay, so you will click on back and you will click on OK. So once the deferral schedule template has been assigned, okay, uh, you can see this is the deferral, this is the checkbox will be appear in the journal line. So far any doubt in this particular deferral schedule? In accrual scheme, in prior class, any if you have any questions please raise it. If you have not understand, please raise the point so that I can re-explain those points. Okay, so at here after scheduling the deferral we will click on post. So once we click on post, our actual entry will be booked. So our actual entry, what it will be booked at here, my prepaid insurance will be debited with, let's imagine I'm giving some random amount, 10,000, vendor. Okay, so this is the entry which will flow over here. Let me show you that also. Yeah, now you can see the journal entry has been posted. So if I click on voucher, you can see my prepaid insurance, that is 13210, has been debited with 1521410, and my accounts payable, that is nothing but the vendor account, has been created with 1521410. Okay, so this is the impact when we post the actual entry. Okay, when we do recognition, okay, so when we do deferral expense accrual recognition, so which is nothing but, so when you go back to the subscription billing, okay, under subscription billing, all deferral schedule number 18 which we have created now, so you will open that one. Okay, so when you click on this recognize, so once you clicked on recognize, so what it will do, it will post the based on cutoff period, so what was the amount is there, so it will trigger that particular amount and it will post the accrual entry. Let's imagine if I'm posting the cutoff date as 31st January. Okay, so at here I'm giving description, uh, recognition expenses recognition from December to Jan. So at here whatever description I am providing over here, the same description will be flowed in our accrual recognition entry. Okay, so I will click on view preview. Okay, now you can see we have one uh, active deferral schedule which is based on this particular cutoff date, and I will click on process. So at here I am processing based on one individual uh, active deferral schedule. So if I have so many active deferral schedule, I need to post the accrual entry. So how I can do that? So that also I will show you. So before that, let me show you the accounting impact for this particular deferral schedule. So I will click on this particular journal batch number. So this is the journal entry which has been posted. So I will go to the lines, and if you see the voucher, okay, so now you can see my actual insurance account is getting debited and the prepaid insurance account is credited. Okay, so this is the same entry which is flowing over here also. Okay, so this is the accrual entry, deferral accrual entry, and this is the actual expense account. Okay, and now you can able to view the same entry over here. For example, I have multiple recognition account, I need to post it. So how I can do it? So for that, let me do one more thing. So we have posted the recognition. Let's imagine you have posted this one by mistakenly. If you want, you can reverse it by clicking on this particular reverse. Okay, and put the same cutoff date and click on view preview. So it will display the particular recognition amount which is previously processed, and once you click on process, the amount whatever the entry whatever you have posted, it will be reversed. Okay, now you can see the journal entry has been posted and you can see the recognition checkbox has been unchecked. Okay, which means the reversal entry has been posted. To view the reversal entry, let me duplicate this particular tab. Let me go back to the general ledger, general, and let me select posted. Okay, now you can see this is the accounting entry which is posted for reversal. So in reversal, what will happen? Let's imagine I have the prepaid insurance has been previously it is created. Now it will be revert back to the debit and that insurance account will be credit. Okay, so for reversal, so this is the reversal of recognition account. I mean the expenses accrual reversal entry. Same, the prepaid insurance will be debit and the insurance will be credit. So this is the reversal of this particular accounting impact, and for in these two it will be zero. Okay. Now I will show you how we can do if I have multiple active referrals and I want to run the recognition for those period. So for that we need to navigate to the subscription billing module. Under subscription billing we have periodic task, we have recognition processing. So we'll click on this recognition processing. So this is a wizard which will be created over here. Okay, in this particular form we will give the description. So once the description has been given and the cutoff date, you will mention the cutoff date as 31st Jan, and you will click on view process, view preview. So once you click on view preview, it will display all the active deferral schedule based on this particular date which is not posted as of this particular cutoff date. So it will display over here. Okay, now you can see for this particular deferral schedule, USMF 002, they have around 1 2 3 4 5 which is not posted. Okay, and similarly for 3 8 9 15 16 17, you can see USMF 17 which we have posted, which we need to post 7100 for January, and for 18 which we have reversed, then again we are making processing. Okay, so all these we will can post at one shot in one journal with the help of this recognition processing from the periodic task. Okay, so if I click on process, it will process for all. For example, if you want to remove particular detail lines, you can remove it by selecting this information, this checkbox. Okay, let's imagine for 16 I am removing. Okay, remove, yes. So at here I have removed couple of the items. Okay, one of the active reference schedule I have removed it, and I can post the transactions. So if I click on process, the declination entry will be processed. So let me show you that. So let me click on process. Now you can see I have received one message stating the budget has been exceeded. Okay, no issues. Budget has been exceeded, no issues, and the vouchers has been created. For that I will go back to the again journal, journal ledger, journals. So under posted, so this is the recognition entry which we have posted for all the lines. Okay, now you can see we have different voucher numbers for all. If you click on voucher, now you can see we have a revaluation entry with prepaid insurance. We have deferral rent with service revenue. We have insurance expense with prepaid insurance. Okay, so in this way it will be triggered. This is consolidated voucher. Okay, so in that way it will be created over here. So based on that you can do the accounting entry. So is there any doubt on this deferral schedule, accrual booking?
I think they have no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt, Gautam.
Okay, so next process we have allocation journal. Okay, so the term allocation is nothing but uh, dividing equal parts are based on the rule what we will define. Either it may be a percentage base, it will allocate to the another departments. Like for example, I have a budget. Let's imagine my budget is 10,000. Okay, and I want to
Well,
sorry, hello, any doubt? Okay, the term next process is allocation journal. The term allocation is nothing but, for example, if we have 10,000 as my budget, so I need to equally distribute my annually budget to different department. Okay, so like for example, either it may be based on percentage or based on equal amount, that we can do it. Okay, like for example, now I have a department called finance. For them it's 20,000, for HR it's 20,000, for operational it's 20,000. So like that we can allocate the budget. Similar way we can allocate our revenue or expenses from one department to another departments. Okay, so now we will see how we can allocate the expenses or revenue to different dimension, different segments. So how we can do that? With the help of allocation journal we can do that. So to configure the allocation journal, we have two major setup. One is ledger allocation basis and ledger allocation rule. These two are the major key configurational part for allocation journal. So let's see that. So for that, first I will go to the ledger allocation basis. So for this particular part, if you want to navigate, you need to go to the general ledger module. Okay, under general ledger module you can find the allocation. Under allocation you can find the ledger allocation basis. Okay, so at here you will click on new. Okay, so let's imagine I am doing some sales part or revenue part. Okay, so let me give GM. Okay, I have given as GMS01 sales on property. Okay, so I have given the basis ID as GM 501, GMS01, and I have given the description as sale of property. Okay, now I will click on source. After clicking on source, so at here I need to define what is my company ID and what is this. I need to define over here. So for that I will click on new. So at here I will select the field setting as main account, and in source criteria I will select my main account, that is sale of intellectual property. Okay, so in my actual transaction, if I have the main account of a sale of intellectual property and the dimension segment business unit has 01, that is home. Okay, so if I have this combination, then system by default it will allocate this particular transaction amount into based on the percentage, based on the basis or percentage basis or weighted average basis, it will be allocated to the respective other departments. Okay, so I will click on save. So this is the basic setting, ledger allocation basic source setting. So we will define the main account and the source of the transactional reference, that is the home, and we will click on save, and we will activate the this respective ledger allocation source. So let me re-explain what we have done it. So we have gone to the ledger allocation basis. Okay, we have opened and we have created a record with the name of GMS01, and we have given the description. After giving description, we have clicked on source. So under source, what we have done, we have defined this is the main account, that is sale of intellectual property. Another line we have given the segment. 0 1. If my source is this combination, then this combination will be divided in, will be allocated the value to the multiple other segments. So let's see how we can allocate that. Okay, now once we have allocated the source, and we will activate this particular checkbox and we will click on save. Okay, now my source has been defined. Now I need to define my rule. For that, I will go to back to the general ledger module. Okay, under general ledger module allocation, we have ledger allocation rule. So at here again you will create a new. Previously we have defined the basis. Now we are giving the rule. So on what basis rule we need to allocate the respective ledgers. So for that I will click on new. Okay. So at here I will give the rule number, like for example I am giving the rule number as GMS01. So I'm giving the same rule number and the same description. Okay, so after giving this description, we have the expiry date and from and start date, from and to date we have over here, effective from and effective date, expiry date. So if you want to update, you can provide that. And after that you will go to the journal tab. You can see we have a journal tab over here. In the journal tab we have allocation method. Okay, so at here you can see we have a different allocation method over here. So each allocation method will define different rules. Like for example, we have basis. Okay, so what this particular basis will do, it will mm, yeah, basis what it will do, it will be equally distribute the amount, and it will be distributed so that sorry, so the basis what it will do, the it is used to allocate the depends on the actual ledger balance. Okay, the actual ledger balance based on the filter criteria. For example, the attachment expenses can be allocated based on each department. Sales is proportionate on total department. Okay, like for example, so in current example we um, for example, in this example we are taking as the sale of property. Okay, so for this we can use on the total basis. Okay, and the second based on fixed percentage. So this one based on allocation of the percentage, we can uh, we can allocate the allocation rule. Like for example, now I have a percentage base this particular rule. So whatever the transaction I am posting, so like for example now I am posting for the 50,000. Okay, in that 50,000, if I define the percentage as 10 20 30, 10 percentage for the operational, 20 percentage for finance, and 10 percentage for the HR. Okay, so based on those percentage it will allocate the rule. Okay, and weight percent, fixed weight is also nothing but the same. It will be also based on the percentage only. Okay, and equally is nothing but whatever amount is there, it will be equally splitted and it will be allocated to the different ledgers. Okay, so mostly we will see with fixed percentage and equally. Okay, set at here I'm selecting as equally for time being to showcase you. And at here we will select the journal name, allocation journal. For this allocation journal, type name will be the allocation. You can see the journal type is allocation. So you should be aware that what is the journal type for the allocation and what is the journal type for journal. So this is the common question which usually ask in interview. So you should ask you should answer what is, if they ask what is the journal type for journal, you should be able to answer it is daily. For allocation, it will be allocation. For periodic, it will be on periodic. Okay, so once you have given this journal name, you will go to the source, and in source again you will define the uh, your source criteria, that is sale of intellectual property, and you will add another line. Financial dimension, business unit, you will define this business unit as 01. Okay, so this is again resource you have confirming, and you will click on destination. In destination, you will specify the main account, like for example sale of intellectual property. Now at here I am allocating based on rule, so what individual segment it should be hitted. So at here I am selecting that respective revenue account, and at here I am selecting the business unit, and I am selecting the department, like for example sales and marketing. Okay, I am adding another, it's 40. Okay, so at here I am selecting department as finance. Let me add another one. IT department. Okay, so at here I have added three individual destination rule. Okay, the first one is with IT department, second one is with finance, and third one is with sales and marketing. Okay, so this is my destination and this is my source. Okay, so after clicking on save, I will go back, and in destination, so this is my destination, I have given it, I will click on save. Let me go a step back. And you will click on activate. Okay, so once you click on activate, so system what it will do, now the rule has been defined. Okay, now after defining this rule, what we will do, we will go a step back. Okay, sorry. So after, let me re-explain over here what I have did it in ledger allocation basic rule, ledger allocation rule. So this is the rule which we have defined. So we have defined our source. So this is our source and this is our destination. In destination we have three individual departments. So I have added those three individual departments over here, and I have clicked on back. Okay, and I have activated this particular source, I mean have activated this particular definite ledger allocation rule. So at here already I have given my activated, and I have given my allocation method and journal name. Okay, now after defining the source and rule, basis and rule, if I do any transaction, like for example if I'm going to the journal. Okay, so at here I am creating a new journal. Let's imagine I am giving journal lines. Okay, so at here I'm selling property to one of the customer. So I have selected the account type as customer, and at here I am selecting the customer, like for example Contoso Europe, and at here I am giving amount as some random amount in debit, as my customer will be always in debit when I'm selling a property to him. So let me select the revenue account, sale of property, intellectual property. Okay, and I have given the business unit as 001. Okay, now you can see when I post this particular transaction, at here my customer will be debit and my sale of intellectual property will be credit, right? So let me make report as finish. Let me approve this particular journal. Yeah, now this is approved. Now I need to post this particular journal. So before posting this particular journal, I can allocate the I can able to view the allocation process also. So after posting also we can able to view it, and before posting also you can able to view the allocation process. So let me post this particular journal. Okay, now you can see if I click on voucher, my customer is debited and my sale of intellectual property has been credited. Okay, now if I go back to the general ledger module, process allocation request. Okay, so at here I will select the rule as GMS 501. Okay, and this is the GL date. If I click on OK, so there will be a allocation processing will be done and a record will be posted. Let me show you that. Now I have run the record, and now you can see there is a three lines has been created and has been posted. To view this particular journal, again you need to navigate journal. Okay, at here you will filter with posted and show user created only. So we have allocation. One minute, we have posted the allocation. Mm, sorry, we need to go to this allocation journal. I'm seeing in journal. So we have allocation journal separately in the allocation itself. So at here you will go to the posted. Okay, so this is the allocation journal which we have posted, the second one. If you click on lines, now you can see we have posted 8541. Okay, so at here you can see we have posted this 854147.00. That is the amount which we have posted. Okay, so at here the allocation is run based on that particular rule, and there are some other 25,000 which is also posted previously and that has been allocated now. Okay, so based on that particular rule, if you see the first four lines, okay, first four lines are related to our transaction which we have posted. Have you understand this allocation process, or do I need to re-explain the process?
Please explain again, Gautam.
Okay. So first what we have done for ledger allocation process, we have two major rules which we need to define. One is ledger allocation basis and ledger allocation rules. Okay. So what we did, first we went to the ledger allocation basis. Okay. So at here I have created a new record called GMS01, that is sale of property. Okay, after adding this particular record I have clicked on source So at here I have given my source as sale of property and my business unit as 001, that is home. Okay, after defining this particular source, you will activate this particular source by clicking on this checkbox source activate. Okay, so up to here your source has been defined. Okay, so this is the first task. Second task is ledger allocation rule. So ledger allocation rule, at here you will create another record, that is rule. Okay, at here I have created with the same name GMS 01 sale of property, and you will go to the general tab. In general tab you will select the allocation method. So currently I have selected the allocation method as equally. We have basis, we have percentage, and weight and equally. Okay, mostly we will select equally percentage. Okay, let's imagine I am selecting based on fixed percentage. Okay, and I will give the allocation journal name as allocation. So already I have created the allocation journal, so you can create the journal name as allocation, and you should make sure the journal type for this particular allocation journal should be allocation only. Okay, now after defining this, you will click on activate this particular journal. Okay, after that you will click on source. Again at here source, you will update the source document, what on what basis we have to define. So we have already defined our ledger allocation basis. So that ledger allocation basis, what it will do, it will check the source document it is matching or not. If it is matching, so based on the destination, so in destination what are the dimension segment I have given with that particular main account combination. Okay, based on this particular source document, if any record is created, that record amount will be splitted into the destination dimensions. Okay, so for that, so at here what I did, let me go back. Okay, so at here in source I have given the same main account what we have defined on the ledger account basis, that is the sale of intellectual property. Okay, you can see the sale of industrial property, and I have given the business unit as 01, that is home. Okay, now if I click on the destination, in destination what I did, I have mapped with the same sale of industrial property. I have given the business unit and I have added the department, to which department I need to split it. Okay, so similarly I have created with three different departments. Okay, uh, let me add another one more. So at here again I am selecting the sale of intellectual property, and I have given the business unit as 001, and at here I am giving the department as let's imagine HR. Okay, now I have four departments which need to be transferred based on this particular transaction. Okay, now after saving this particular record, so what I did, I have posted one sale transaction, sale of intellectual property. I have posted one sales transaction by using the journal. Okay, so I am at here journal. I have created a new journal. Okay, let me select the journal name as journal lines. Okay, at here I have selected the account type as customer, and at here I am selecting the customer. Let's imagine I am selecting the Contoso Euro, and you can provide the description sale of property and give the debit amount of the customer we need to receive the payment from customer, so that was the reason I'm giving the debit balance of the customer. Let's imagine I'm giving some random value. Okay, okay, let me give 1 lakh. Okay, so I have given over here 10 lakhs as the customer balance, and in offset account side I'm selecting the ledger account sale of intellectual property. Okay, and I have given the business unit as department. This business unit department is auto flowing from this particular main account. So this is my accounting transaction. Okay, so I will click on save. So let me report it as ready, and let me approve this particular transaction. So far it is clear.
Yes, good.
Yeah. So once this particular record has been created, after that you can directly run the ledger allocation rule, or after posting also you can run it. Let's imagine at here I am running the ledger allocation rule before posting. Okay, so I didn't post it this particular record. So what I will do, I will go to the allocation, process allocation request. Okay, so at here I have uh, this is my rule GMS 501 which we have created. Okay, so I have given the last run date and today's date, and at here I have mentioned post only or proposal only. So at here we have two different options under proposal. Proposal only in the sense it will create a record in allocation journal and it will not post it. We need to post manually. Post only, it will post automatically the ledger allocation. So at here I am selecting the proposal only. Okay, and I will click on OK. So once I click on OK, now you can see a record will be created under the allocation journal. Now you can see after running the rule, operation completed. Now let me go to the ledger allocation, lines. I believe there are some other locations also running parallelly. Okay, now you can see it here. This there are couple of other allocation rule also is running parallelly. So because of that, it's giving some wrong amount calculation over here. Okay, but you can see with the same allocation rule, we have sale of intellectual property with finance, with IT, with HR, with sales and marketing, and with HR. These are the four department dimension which we have mapped. Okay, so with these four department dimension, it is individually it's splitting. Okay, the amount what we have given it. Gautam, do you have any other demo instance? I need to check why, because at here we are getting some other issue. Gautam, are you there? Okay, let me show you this one in
So,
some other
I'm
instance.
sharing my instance. Can I?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just a second.
Gautam, we will see this particular issue later. Okay, we'll continue. Uh, so basically, at here there will be a four lines. Total five lines will be there. One line with debit and four lines with credit. So at here, what will happen? Your sale of fixed asset, sale of industrial property will be debited, and it will be transferred with four individual additional department dimension. One is with the IT, one is with finance, one is sales and marketing, another one is with HR. Let's imagine. So the actual entry, how it will be, let me show you over here. Like,
Gautam shared on WhatsApp. That first one, 903 told. Yeah, that one.
we will see, we need to investigate a little bit more. Okay, so let me explain how the entry will flow over here. Okay, so customer, let's imagine customer is 10,000, 1 lakh. Okay, sale of property slash 001. Okay, so this is my GL entry, journal voucher. Okay, so in allocation, what will happen? In allocation, the sale of this one will be debited. Okay, slash finance HR sales and marketing operation. Okay, so we have kept as equally. So in equally rule, what will happen? This amount is there, right? So this amount will be divided into 4, that is equally, that is 25,000. So 25,000 for all these three. So actually this is the accounting entry which will flow there in the inside the dynamics. At there, currently there are some other allocation rule is also hampering that particular allocation rule, so that we need to investigate in the environment, which may cause some environmental loophole. So that we need to investigate. That I will investigate, and I will tell you what was the exact issue later. Okay, so this is on the on the basis of basis, I mean equally. For example, if it is based on percentage, let's imagine for finance I'm giving 12 percentage, for HR I'm giving 13 percentage. So at here, how many percentage so far? 25. And at here I'm giving 40 for sales and marketing. Okay, so if you are giving based on percentage, the percentage total should be 100. If it is less than 100, then until that it should be 100, it will throw you error message. Okay, so at here you can see this is the percentage what I have defined. So let's imagine if it is a fixed percentage. So in that case, what will happen? Okay, so at here this value, what it will do, it will divide, it will be multiplied by this particular amount divided by 100. So this is the value. Okay, so similar way, So similar way, it will be splitted with rest all other thing, and you can see now my total value of this particular individual ledger account is 1 lakh, and my sale of yeah. So at here you can see we have based on percentage, right? So if you have selected the allocation method based on fixed percentage, so this is the percentage what we have defined over here. So based on this percentage on this particular value, it will be equally added over here. Like at here already I have added the formula. So based on that it has been splitted, it calculated based on the percentage and allocated and transferred to the respective department heads. Okay, so now if you see the total of these four individual operation department wise, if you see the value is 100k, and the sale of intellectual property is also 100k. So this is the impact for the based on fixed percentage. Only one thing we need to do over here, uh, let me try to create based on percentage and let's see. So I'm creating new over here. Let's see. Based on percentage journal. So at here I am selecting the allocation method as fixed percentage. Journal type journal name as allocation. Okay. And I will click on source. Okay, in destination the source is same as we have defined, so I'm not defining any source. So in destination you can see when I click on new, it was asking me to fix the percentage. Let's imagine I'm giving 12 percentage. Okay, and at here you are giving the business unit, and department has let's imagine finance. Similar way you will give rest all the thing like 13%. Sale of intellectual property, HR. Let me add one more. Sales and marketing. Let me add one more. Okay, so at here I have defined the based on percentage with 4 different records. Okay, I have saved it, and let me run the ledger allocation rule based on this particular thing. Okay, so I am going to process allocation request. Okay, so at here I am selecting the rule as GMS 002 based on percentage. Okay, now you can see when I select this particular rule, it's stating that rule is not entered, it is not activated. Okay, so it means that we have created the rule but it's not activated. So let me go back to the ledger allocation rules, and these are our based on percentage. Let me make activate as yes. Let me save the record. Now let me go back to the process allocation request. Let me select the rule GMS 002. Okay, and GL posting date is today, and let me click on proposal only. Okay, now if I go back to the allocation journal, so this is the journal which is created. If I go to the lines, yeah. You can see this amount, you can consider this amount as debit, right? So on this, whatever the percentage we have defined, based on that particular percentage, it is calculating over here. Okay, even though this is incorrect, but you can identify based on the percentage how it is calculating. Like for example, 301382.32 into 12%, that is nothing but 36,165, 88. This is the first one. Okay, and similarly for 13%, it is calculating based on that, and 40%, and this is 35%. So based on that, it is calculating and it is allocating. Okay, so at here there are some other rules which is hampering this particular allocation rule. So we will see why it is hampering that way. Okay, now let me do one more thing. Let me select post only. This we need to investigate. Okay, so this is the process of allocation journal. So the main purpose of allocation is to allocate the expenses or revenue to different department. With the help of that, we can achieve it. So if you have any query on this particular allocation process.
Sir, if you select fixed weight, how it will get divided?
See, fixed weight is also nothing but it is based on percentage only.
Okay. So if we select basis also, it will divide equally,
Yes,
right?
yes, you are right. So most commonly in interview, what are the question will ask on allocation? What type of allocation journal? I mean, in allocation journal, what is the journal type you will select? Okay, that is in journal name you can see that there is a journal type. So what type of journal you will select under the journal name for allocation? So for that you can answer allocation. Okay, and what are the process for to create the allocation journal? Okay, you can create first we need to create ledger allocation basis, then we need to define ledger allocation rule. If these two has been defined, then my ledger allocation process is ready, I can run it. Okay, the third question which may ask you, how many methods of allocation methods are available? There are 4: basis, evenly, fixed percentage, fixed weight. There are three to four questions which usually ask, and you have all the 4 questions and 4 answers with you now. Okay, yeah, so we'll stop up to here. There are other two process, that is book closing and purchase order year end close process are there, that we will do at the end of all the modules. So this is the part of GL module. Next we will go with the AP module. So again in AP module we will have the purchase order. So all these will be, again it will be flow over there, so we will go in depth more. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So see you tomorrow. I believe you are rushing to your office now. Sorry, I took 15 minutes extra. Okay. Okay guys. Thank you.